much more will you lend? Your red nose or heaven knows how this sleigh ride will end. Rudolph, my man, you're the only one who can save the day. Say yea or nay. Now will you pull my sleigh? Rudolph, my boy, now don't you act so coy. Let us go and fill all the little children's hearts with joy. Rudolph, my dear, you know the forecast ain't clear. So will you please light the way and lead old Santa sleigh? Yeah, lead old Santa sleigh. Come on and lead old Santa sleigh. Hey, let's do it one more time. One more time. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody help me now. Hold on, I got one more. Rudolph, pretty please, don't be such a tease. Let's have some fun and go make this a Merry Christmas for everyone. Merry Christmas for everyone. Merry Christmas for everyone. Christmas is a part of me. Hey, oh, yeah. Christmas is a part of me. Oh, yes it is. Ooh, Christmas is a part of me. Oh, yeah. Say, ooh, Christmas is a part of me.
Hello, everybody. Oh, bit of a judder there with the camera. Anyway, we're here. Welcome to Philpott Flies, and welcome to this. Jamie, welcome to this wonderful flight that we're doing this evening from Frankfurt down to Ljubljana in Slovenia. We're flying the CRJ 900, which is always quite exciting, but there are two things that are going to make this flight even more exciting than you might have imagined. So firstly, we're going to be checking out the latest build of Scenic Routes Ljubljana Airport scenery, which features proper visual docking guidance systems that work at every single gate. They recognize your aircraft, they line you up spot on. This is a feature that hasn't really been done properly in MSFS before. This is pretty much a first as far as I'm aware. So that's very exciting. The second very exciting thing is that we are flying into Ljubljana with cloud bases of 100 feet in a plane that cannot do Cat 3 ILS approaches. So, oh, and I've got to get it down. I've got to get it down because the whole point of this flight is to show you this scenery. So we're going to get it down by hook or by crook. And yeah, talking of immersion ruining, Ben, that may or may not mean changing the weather on approach. We'll see. I'm going to try and avoid it. But yeah, so it's going to be good. Anyway, a very warm welcome to everyone who is here already. Simon and Jamie and Captain Swift and Moradin and Ben and Maxi5, who is from Ljubljana. Always lovely to have someone here from the place we're flying to. Thank you very much for the follow. Very good timing. Who else is here? Alex is here. Scott's here. Welcome to you, Scott. Trolls is here and is planning on flying along, but might be a little bit late. Yeah, Jamie's bringing a Titan 752, which is pretty pog. Could be a little bit Vagarish. Could be. And what, boss? Deutschwerks, hello to you too. And Fleur, I'm very well, thank you. Very well. Taxiing down Lima right now. What, here? Or are you doing third exciting? You're flying along if you can make it, absolutely. LFC Dommy, welcome to you. Nice to see you. And Treed we went. You can't hear me because of the ground controller. Oh, detune him. I'm not speaking to him just yet. We've got a lot of setting up to do. And I was going to do a little bit before we started, but I thought no, because then Trolls might make it. And it sounds like Wojtek might make it as well. So, let us get on board. And we'll begin, as we always do, with the safety check flow. Circuit breakers are closed. Nose wheel steering switch is off. That is here. Hydraulic pumps are off. Landing gear lever is down. Flight spoiler lever is retracted. Slats and flaps lever is at 0. Radar is... It's not actually off, I don't think. We can turn it off. Don't let me forget to turn it back on, because otherwise I'll get into trouble with ATC. ADG manual release is stowed. And our emergency flap switch is normal. Battery master switch is already on. The APU we don't need just yet. We don't want to be burning fuel already. Yeah, we'll get that started in a little bit. AC electrics are fine, exactly as we want them. IRSs are set to nav. Gear and safety pins are on board. The airplane documents have been checked. Hydraulic 3A pump, we're going to leave that off for now. And the FMS initialization is... We've got the correct database, we've got the correct secondary database, and it's got the correct date. So that's good. And time, 7:35 UTC. This flight departs at 0900. So that's when we're looking at getting ready by. So we've got about 25 minutes, something like that. Yeah, no worries. You're at EDDF, but you have to do some quick installations. Can you do that while the sim's loaded in X-Plane? That's amazing. What was the and about? Oh, he's never finished that sentence, is he? Probably for the best, to be honest with you. Good. So we can get on now with our originating check flow. So, I'm going to start up at the top on the overhead panel. Hello, Jamie. where we will check the electrical power panel. It's exactly as we want it to be. We've got DC service off. We've got the battery master on. AC power's in use. The IDGs are dark and guarded, or the IDG disconnect switches are dark and guarded. Gens should be set to auto, and 1, 2, 3 are. So that's lovely. We'll do the FireX monitor testing, as this is the first flight of the day. Look down here. You see FireX stuff on the right-hand MFD, so that's marvellous. Hydraulic shut-off valve. Oh God, the cat's here. That's why you're under. Oh, I see. So you have to finish your current flight, then quit the sim, and then come back in with install your scenery with the new stuff installed. Hayden, hello, boss. Welcome, welcome. You really need to show around your backyard. Show me around your backyard. Why, boss? Fuel panel. Fuel panel. Boost pumps are showing in op, and everything else is dark. In terms of our lights, we should have our nav light on and nothing else, which is correct. Hydraulic shutoff valve we've checked are dark and guarded. Bleed air should be normal, auto, close, and both engines. Normal, auto, close, both engines. Boom. APU's not running still, so we're not going to check that for a green light. The ignition panel is all dark and off. Hydraulic panel. We'll do a quick hydraulic test. I'm on... I can't remember. Hang on. I said it in the Discord. What stand am I on? Stand by, stand by. Stand Victor 173. Victor 173. Yeah, I heard about Adria. That's not good. Yeah, we can do... Oh, gosh, it's going to be a short flight. Yeah, I reckon we've got time for a book presentation in Cruise Tree to run. I think, probably. The Silver Street. Yeah, but it's done, boss. It's done. But we can definitely go back to New Zealand. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Right, so hydraulic test. So we're going to turn the all except 3A to the on position. And we're going to come down here. And we're going to have a look at the hydraulic synoptic page to make sure they're all working. We have 3000 PSI on all of the systems. And we're going to now set them all to the down position. So auto and on. Ooh, plane. Oh, it's a 747 just landed. Is there any finer sight in the world? Yeah, we'll go back. We'll go back. Take it there's no difference with the 900 over the 700 apart from longer and more seats. No, not really. No. Even with the Lord of the Rings shit. Dear. Good. So that's that bit done. Next page. Next page. Cabin pressure panel. So what we're going to need to do here is turn the recirculating fan on. Packs should be showing fault lights. That's to be expected, and that's because we do not yet have the APU started. We'll start that in a minute, though. Anti-ice we don't really need, but we can turn on the windshield heat, set them both to low. There's one. Ooh, why is it not moving? There we are. 1 and 2. Misc lights, what do we need? What do we need? Well, we'd like our dome light to be off, really. It's not that dark. This can stay on. Dim, actually. Overhead panel lighting is about right. We're going to turn on the no smoking sign to auto, and we're going to turn the seatbelt sign on now. Oh, this is true. Yeah, we're going to be really, really looking for things to do on Wednesday's long haul. So that's a very good idea, Alex. If you can bear, now they're your points, so they're your to do with as you wish. But if you can bear to wait until Wednesday for your book presentation, that would probably be a more chilled out and therefore better book presentation, I think. I'm going to turn on the aft cargo air conditioning as well. I'm just going to warm the cockpit up a little bit because I'm feeling a bit chilly. Passenger signs we've done. Emergency lights need to be set to arm. We'll do the stall test now. Gosh, it's busy at Frankfurt, isn't it? Yeah, that's good. Stall test passed. See, Wojtek, your running joke is my nightmare. Just remember that. Clocks are fine. Can do the cockpit voice recorder test. Press and hold that because it's the first flight of the day. Does the little light come on? Yes, it does in the end. Standby instruments. Let's get rid of that. Standby instruments are looking good. We've got local pressure set 1027 hectopascals. Oxygen pressure. So we're going to the status page. And we've got 1850, which is exactly what we want. Because it's always 1850, let's be honest. Now we're going to do our anti-skid test. So we're going to release the parking brake. Anti-skid we're going to turn off. And we should have 2 anti-skid messages up here, which we do. That shows that that's working. We can rearm that. We'll do the main landing gear bay overheat test and the warning fail test. And we have the relevant indications here. Marvellous. Yeah, it's all good. That's all good. And we'll test the lamps quickly while we're here. 1 and 2. So 1 is, well, everything plus the lights on the left, and 2 is everything plus the lights on the right. So they're all working. Good evening, Rohit. How are you? How are you? What else do you expect from Frankfurt? True, true. Flying the wrong airline to Ljubljana. Well, you would say that, wouldn't you? We've got at least one Adria coming with us in the form of Simon in his A319, I'm going to say. But no, we are simulating a real-world Lufthansa flight which departs at 9 AM local, so in about 20 minutes' time. Okay, pitch and roll disconnect. They are both stowed. Spoilers and ground lift dumping should be set to auto. And it is. Thrust reversers we can arm now. Flight spoiler lever should be fully forward, and it is. Thrust levers should be idle shut-off, and they are. Oh, talking of thrust levers, I was just reconfiguring my throttle quadrant and got distracted. I'm just going to do that. What's that, number 2? That's the wrong number 2. This is number 2. I can go on there. Maurice, go to sleep. Yes, I'm very well, thank you. Very well. Quite nervous about this flight, to be honest with you, Rohit, because we've got 100-foot ceilings in Ljubljana, and we're flying there in a plane that isn't Cat 3 capable, so it could be interesting. Could be interesting. Flaps are set to 0. We'll do the TCAS test. It was me who scared people in submission. Well,
TCAS system,
good.
Test okay.
Oh, the CRJs are fantastic, Deutschwerks. They really are. That's done it, Morris activated. It's why they insist on alternates and minimums. Yeah, but I'm showing off a scenery today, so I'm basically going to have to get it down in Ljubljana by hook or by crook. And if that means flying blind, then that's exactly what I'm going to do. Yeah. Sometimes you have to sacrifice realism for scenery. Oh dear. Right, Filbert's cat has totally thrown me off my game now. What was I doing? IRSs we've done, trims, we don't need to do that. Lighting panels, fine. Yaw damper switches, we'll engage those. And while we're down here, we'll engage the stab and Mac trim. Source select switching panel is normal. Everything's normal as it should be. That's this panel here. And the cargo FireX panel has 3 dark switches. Nice! So that is our originating flow done. We'll have a quick whiz through the checklist as well to make sure we haven't forgotten anything. Done it, done it, done it, done it. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, we could start the APU. Let's start the APU now, shall we? Get it nice and warm for the punters. Should also load some fuel and some punters at some point. But anyway. Start panel's been checked. Hydraulic panel, auto and on. Yep. ELT's armed, I think. Did I do the ELT? Let's double check it. Yep. It's done. Cabin pressure panel. Now the only thing I haven't done there is something which you don't have to do in the real world, but you do have to do in the sim, and that is set your departure airport elevation. And that is... it's about 330 feet. And we're looking at this figure here, so 440, 420, 400, 380, 60, 40, 20. Call it 320. Correct, done. There's the APU starting out. Do we have to request push and start here at this moment? So we just heard the guy give Simon permission to start with his clear. Yes, so you still have to ask for pushback and startup clearance, but people like me who are on stands which we're just going to taxi forward out of can start at their discretion after getting the clearance, and then yeah, call for taxi, call ready for taxi. Okay, so air conditioning panel's been checked, anti-ice has been checked, windshield heat is set to low, emergency lights armed, standby compass has been checked, nose wheel strings off, clocks have been set, instrument panels have been checked, upper and lower, upper pedestal, thrust lever quadrant and avionics have all been checked, trims have been checked, your damper's been engaged, and the source select panel is normal. Marvellous! So now we can get on with programming our route into the CDU. After we do our posimit, of course. So we're going to copy the GNSS1 position and put it in there, and EDDF in the airport field. We don't have to bother about a stand because we're using the GPS position. And our flight plan today, EDDF to LJLJ. And we're going to have a quick look at the ATIS, because then we can have an educated guess as to our star. There's a number of runways in use as far as I can tell. There's not just one for departure. So we'll leave our departure until after we get our clearance, I think. But we can do the rest of the flight plan. I've never done it this way round, actually, but I don't see any reason why I shouldn't put in the waypoints and then add in the SID. I'm pretty sure that's how they'd do it in real life, so that's what I'm going to do. So we are starting after the SID at Cindy. Then we are taking Zulu 74 to Lampu. And then we're going direct to Nombo. November Oscar Mike Bravo Oscar. Followed by Yankee 161. Last couple of departures have gone on 7 center. Good, that is what I was expecting. Yankee 161 to Mike Alpha Hotel. Lima 173 to Ebida. Lima 603 to Atlo. Then direct Obedi, which I thought I already said, but I haven't. I had said Ebida. Obedi. Then direct Berta. And then we're going to be doing the Berta to Romeo arrival. But we'll sort that out. Yeah, we'll sort that out now. Why the hell not? Oh, that's EDDF departures. Should execute. Berta 2 Romeo for the ILS 30 via Dole, I think. Let me just check my Navigraph. Delta Oscar Lima. Execute that. Right. Ah, glad you made it, Wojtek. So you've been given a SID that isn't applicable for 07 Center. Ah, okay, so you must be doing something something different then. One of the other runways, I guess. Do we have clearance online? No. 121.85. All ground. Best not to tune the ground frequency into the nav1 radio, I find, actually. It works a lot better in COM1.
Face west. Push approved, face west, secure faster.
Right, what stand did I say we were on? I need to check that yet again, because there's no ground markings here. Victor 173. Right, let's give him a bell. Frankfurt ground, good evening. Lufthansa 9 Echo Alpha on stand Victor 173 with Bravo. Type CRJ 900, request clearance to Ljubljana, please. Hello, Kaffel.
Last station calling, say again.
Frankfurt ground, good evening. Lufthansa 9 Echo Alpha on stand Victor 173 with information Bravo. Type CRJ 900, request clearance to Ljubljana, please.
9 Echo Alpha, Frankfurt apron, hello. Startup approved, cleared Ljubljana, Cindy for Sierra departure, flight plan route, climb 4,000 feet, squawk 2156.
Startup approved, cleared to Ljubljana via the Cindy 4 Sierra departure, flight plan route, initial climb 4,000 feet, squawking 2156, Lufthansa 9 Echo Alpha.
9 Echo Alpha, read back correct.
Frankfurt ground, Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha, looking for clearance to Ljubljana as well, A321 on stand Alpha 23.
It's twirls!
Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha, apron, hello. Startup approved, cleared Ljubljana, Cindy 4 Sierra departure, flight plan route, climb 4,000 feet, squawk 2006.
Kaffel! Hello, welcome, boss! That'll be an exciting meeting, it's different to everyone
8 Papa Alpha will squawk 2006,
Satira, hello, I'm very well,
feet
thank
on
you.
the
How are you?
Cindy 4 Sierra departure, flight plan route, startup approved as well, Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha, thank you.
Right, so which runway is Cindy 4 Sierra from exactly?
Request pushing start. ZEP 291, push back
Runway
approved,
18?
face west.
Runway 18?
Face west, ZEP 291.
Oh, that's exciting, isn't it?
Lufthansa 36 Juliet, request pushback. Lufthansa 36 Juliet, pushback approved. Pushback approved, Lufthansa
There we are.
36 Juliet.
What the F is the book presentation you can redeem on 30,000 points? It's Harrison's idea. What happens is, I go and get one of the books from my shelves behind me. God, he's loud, I need to make him quieter. I go and get one of the books from the shelves behind me, and I tell you about it. And it's a damn good way to spend 30,000 points. Right, let's get this departure set in then. Departure arrival index, departure EDDF. So we are going off runway 118 via the Cindy 4 Sierra. Execute.
Lufthansa 20 Foxtrot,
Now we're going to the Lex page.
By November 7 and Lima.
We have no discontinuities. It looks pretty good on here. We're going to put Berta on top of Berta to remove that discontinuity.
Good evening. Requesting departure clearance to Ljubljana with Bravo on board and...
Execute that, and we'll put our initial cleared altitude in at
4141,
4,000 feet.
Frankfurt apron, hello. Startup approved, cleared Ljubljana, Cindy for Sierra departure, flight plan route, climb 4,000 feet, squawk 20.
Right, and now we're going to load some people.
Cindy for Sierra departure, initial climb 4000 and squawk 2041, Lufthansa 4141.
So, change to zero fuel
4141,
weight.
repeat
Zero
back.
fuel
May I
weight
ask
today
if there
is...
an event in Ljubljana going on, because you're now the 7th aircraft flying
God,
to
there's 7
Ljubljana
of us.
currently.
The Twitch streamer.
Ah, okay.
Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha, request push and start.
Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha, squawk 2006.
And our fuel is going to be 4439.
Squawk is set 8 Papa Alpha.
Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha, roger, stand by, call you back.
Can't believe there are 7 of us flying. That's crazy. That is crazy. Spotted, but not
Lufthansa
advertised. He had the
362,
perfect
November
opportunity
8,
to get
hold
us
short,
hundreds more followers, and he didn't take it.
Lufthansa
I'm joking, it's
360
fine.
at unable, I think. Stand by.
See if an A3... I'm sure an A321 will fit. If a 757 fits, it will... Yeah, an A321 will fit. And the local... I've forgotten who's the local, but there's a local here who said a 757 will definitely fit.
November 8 by
That's
November
what I
7
thought.
then Lima.
It would have been
taxi
unprofessional.
November
probably.
8 and hold short of
Right,
Lima.
what are we doing with our FMS now? We've done that, we've done that. We're just going to check everything is on as we want it to be. IRS control should
You
be
know that
enabled.
the split between
should
November
be
7 and
yes,
November 8
and
is
yes.
right in front of you, so if you just keep right, you're on November
these
8.
are
But
both enabled.
nevertheless, taxi November
Marvellous.
7, hold short Lima.
Is the ATC too loud?
Apologies, we didn't.
He
see
might
that
look
we're
me up
able
now,
to
it's
go
true,
to
it's
November
true.
8 Lima if you require.
Negative, taxi November 8, hold short of
Good.
Lima.
Just going to the flight plan
Taxi
page again,
November
and the
8,
one thing I've
hold short
forgotten
of
to do
Lima,
here is put in my
Lufthansa
flight number, which is
360.
always useful. So, DLH,
Frankfurt 8 Prince
9
Adrian,
Echo
7
Alpha.
kilo right, taxi.
Adria 7 kilo taxi holding point runway 18 by November 3 and Lima.
November 3 and Lima to holding point 18, Adrian 7 kilo. Golf 104 Delta, request taxi.
And now we'll go through our
Golf
VNAV
104
pages.
Delta, taxi Sierra 23, hold short
So,
Romeo.
transition altitude here at Frankfurt is
Taxi
5,000.
Sierra 23, hold short.
I tell you what, I
Golf
love
104
this
Delta.
plane. But after I've flown it, I
Golf
really,
104
really
Delta,
want to
contact
get back
tower
into a
119,
an A320.
bye-bye.
Please
Tower,
like
Golf
and
104
subscribe.
Delta.
Okay, I'll turn it down more, thank you.
Lufthansa 1, Croatian Lufthansa 1, Croatian Lufthansa 2 Sierra Foxtrot, contact tower 119 at decimal 9, bye-bye. 119 at decimal 9, thank you very much,
Try that. Have a listen out.
Pathetic to it, be advised, that's November 7.
So we're climbing at 290 and then Mach decimal 74. We're cruising today at flight level 270.
Roger.
Lufthansa 4141, permission for engine start.
Lufthansa 4141, squawk 2041, and thereafter startup approved.
And on descent, what kind of
2041,
transition level are we expecting? Let's have a quick look at the arrival charts. It's a short flight, so it does pay to get this all sorted out on the ground, in my opinion, rather than panicking in the air when you've forgotten something. So the transition altitude on the way out is 10,500 feet, so we'll call it
Charlie, wrong direction, next left,
11,500.
next left, thereafter next left again.
And we're going to be cruising slightly faster than that at 0.77 Mach.
Lufthansa 5 Papa Alpha, pushback approved.
Execute. And we're going to be descending at 0.77 Mach, converting to 0.74 Mach.
Adria 7 kilo, hold short November 4.
Holding short November 4, Adrian 7.
And then 290 knots.
5 Papa Alpha, pushback approved.
Confirm that's Lufthansa 8
No,
Papa Alpha.
getting muddled up. No, it was
sorry,
right.
8 Papa Alpha, pushback
77320.
approved.
Pushback approved, Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha, thank you.
Lufthansa 2 for Charlie, Frankfurt apron.
Good, so that is all done. So we can do our perf page now. Perf
Lufthansa 2
init.
for Charlie, Frankfurt apron.
Going to copy the perf init data here, and we are going to set our takeoff speeds at the same time. Mr. Nans, hello, welcome, welcome. Balance good now, thank you. And I can hear him, so everyone's a winner. You even managed to push before me. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about parking now. I might have to disconnect when I get down there, because I have to show you the VDGS. Otherwise, I mean, it's just very pog, you've got to see it. That's that, that's that. cruise altitudes in, fuel and 0 fuel rate are in.
Delta 1 via Lima and
Good.
November 1.
We're going to go to the MFD menu now. And KLM's 270 and Fire 35, welcome. Thank you very much for the follows. Nice to see. Ah, Fire 35, you found us. Hello.
Lima, November 1 and November, stand Charlie 15.
You probably can't hear me because you're talking at the moment, but thank you very much for the ATC, boss. So we're going to have VNAV on our side, and we're going to put the window on the first officer's side. And I think that's probably pretty much it. I feel like I've possibly forgotten something. But what I'm going to do now is set the runway heading, which for runway 18 is
177. Unfortunately, aircraft in front of you is unresponsive. So taxi November 4, November 5 and Lima.
November 4, November 5 and Lima, I agree 70 kilo.
So 362 taxi holding point runway 18 via
177.
Lima.
We've got our altitude set.
18 via Lima, Lufthansa 36 Juliet.
Not two ticks.
Could you confirm if stand Victor 175 with pushback?
Negative, that's a taxi out position.
Alright, thank you.
Frankfurt, guten Abend, Lufthansa 1 Papa X-ray.
Yeah, we're good for engine start. Because we have startup approved, we can just do it, which is very nice.
Lufthansa 1 Papa X-ray, apron hello, taxi to gate Alpha 32 via November 3, November and November 7.
Right, so, checklists before start.
3, November and November 7 on.
Passenger signs are on, landing elevation's been set, altimeters are showing 400 feet on QNH 1027. FMS has been checked and set, IRS is aligned and nav, radios and navigators set, takeoff briefing's been completed. So, let's get everything closed up.
Lufthansa 2 for Charlie, Frankfurt apron.
Wheel chocks. I thought they were in. I'm gonna actually have to physically look outside. So they've gone. No wheel chocks. Good.
2 for Charlie, Frankfurt apron. What the fuck are you doing?
Yes, good idea, Wojtek. Right, so that's that. Sorry, children. Yeah, definitely time for a wallop. Right. Right, okay, so we're going to turn on our beacon light now. And we're going to do the cleared to start checklist because we have been cleared to start. So, APU's on, devices are on and not turning off. Takeoff data's been set, doors closed and locked. Beacons on, fuel pumps and quantity will stick there. Fuel pumps on, we've got loads of fuel, that's the quantity. Hydraulic pumps on, parking brake should be set.
Confirm taxi to
right,
Alpha 32
let
November
us start
3,
the
November
right
and,
engine.
November 7, Lufthansa 1 Papa X-ray.
Lufthansa 1 Papa X-ray.
So we're waiting for 20% of N2 and we're making sure the ITT is below 100, which it is. I hope it's not one of ours as well. I hope it's not. Martin, welcome, good evening. How are you? Right, there's 20%. Thrust lever to idle. Let's have a little listen outside. As the engine starts set. I know. If I was that Lufthansa 24 Charlie, I would totally disconnect. Not even past the 9 PM watershed. Oh dear. I'm quite nervous of Mr. Fire now. I feel like I'm almost definitely going to go the wrong way by mistake. Oh dear. Ooh, who's that?
291, taxi holding point, runway 18 via November 3 and Lima.
Holding point 18 via November 3 and Lima, so that's 291.
And we'll start the left engine. Same procedure, wait for 20% of N2. You're going to be charitable. It was somebody new to VATSIM. Possibly, yes, possibly. I hope so.
Lufthansa 8
The
Papa
holidays are
Alpha,
nearly
ready
here.
to
They
taxi.
are. I'm very well. Yeah, very well, thank you. I feel a little bit Christmassy today for the first time this year, so that's good.
November 5, short of Lima, Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha.
He was new, as in his remarks, saw it before he disconnected. Oh, really? Okay, okay. Ah, you're Mariano Sanchez. Hello, nice to see you. I recognise the name. What resolution's my sim? 1080. 1080p.
Adria 7 Kilo, contact tower 119.9, bye-bye.
Yes. Right, so that's 2 good engine starts. Let's move on to the after start gubbins. Gens are auto, we've already checked that. Electrics, we'll do our electrical DC and AC synoptic pages.
On the 8 Papa, Christian 5, Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha taxi, holding point runway 18 by November 5 and Lima.
They're both good. Back to status.
November 5 and Lima to holding point runway 18 at Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha.
Bleed valves, autos, packs are on. APUs we can turn off now. And while we're up here, we may as well turn our recognition taxi lights on. And arm our nose wheel steering. Taxi checklist. We'll set flaps 8. Which is 2 clicks, if I remember rightly. We'll set our trims based on what we've got in the performance page, so 6.9 units. There we go. There's Simon. Flight instruments have been checked. Brake temperatures are fine.
Bye-bye.
Frankfurt apron, Lufthansa 9 Echo Alpha, request taxi.
6, 9, correct, Lufthansa 9, Druid, 9 Echo Alpha, taxi, holding point runway 18 by Lima.
Taxi holding point runway 18 by Lima, Lufthansa 9 Echo Alpha, thanks.
Lufthansa 4141 ready to taxi.
4141, taxi,
Let's go.
holding point runway 18 by Lima.
By Lima to holding point 18, Lufthansa 4141.
Lufthansa 854, taxi, holding point runway 1, correction runway 07 center by November 5, Lima and Lima 16.
No one coming, and if there was, they'd have to give way to me because I'm on the right. Let's go indeed. You'll pass in a sec too, or rather you'll queue up behind me. Good, I don't like being last, especially when there aren't that many gates. Oh, my sim's frozen.
Lufthansa 3 Delta Delta, standby in Quebec. Lufthansa 6 Kilo Whiskey, apron, hello.
You're up, excellent Pete, excellent.
18 Lima, November and November 8. Alpha 18 by November 8. So 9 Echo Alpha, contact tower 119.9, bye-bye.
Tower on 119.9 for Lufthansa 3 Echo Alpha, thanks for the ATC, bye-bye.
So 4141, same for you, tower 119.9, bye-bye.
119 is 119, thank you very much, bye-bye.
8 Papa Alpha, tower 119.9, bye-bye.
Tower on 119.9, schönen Weihnacht. Goodbye, Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha.
Get twirls with his multi-language skills.
Lufthansa 4141, good evening.
Right, so we're looking at before takeoff checklist, so
Tower, hello.
that's what we'll need to do, but not till we line up.
Frankfurt Tower, schönen guten Abend, Lufthansa Cargo 1701, ILS fully established 07 right. Lufthansa Cargo 1701, France Tower, hello.
You always wait and never go around me, but it's appreciated.
Runway 07 right, clear to land. Clear to land,
Oh, when did you have your shot, Twirls? Lufthansa Tower, good evening. Correction, Frankfurt Tower, Lufthansa 9 Echo Alpha on Lima, approaching runway 18.
That's 9 Echo Alpha, Frankfurt Tower, hello. Line up and wait, runway 18.
Line up and wait, runway 18, Lufthansa 9 Echo Alpha. Right, so let's turn our strobe lights on. We'll turn off our fuel crossflow auto override.
Lufthansa 37 kilo, sorry, you identified contact Langren on 120.8, cheers. 120.8, Adrian 7 kilo.
And we'll turn on our radar. I always do that here, I don't know why. Why do I always do it?
Frankfurt Tower, schönen Abend, Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha in sequence for holding point runway 18.
Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha, Frankfurt Tower, hello.
That was a short taxi. I think I did it before, Mark. I think. I don't do it anywhere other than here. Oh no, did it at Munich. No, at Munich I called them Frankfurt Tower. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Right, before takeoff checklist. Fuel crossflows to manual. Flight attendant's been revised. TCAS is on. Radar and terrain display is modeled. CAS is showing nothing that we wouldn't expect. We have traffic on. We'll turn on our landing lights. We'll press our toga button. And I'm just going to reduce the range slightly. You did say line up and wait, not cleared for takeoff, right?
100.
Godspeed, boss.
Thank you, boss, and to you. Ooh, it's a plane.
Lufthansa 9 Echo Alpha, 16-336 knots, runway 18, clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 18, Lufthansa 9 Echo Alpha, thank you.
Lufthansa 4141 in sequence, line up and wait, runway 18.
Line up, runway.
Let's go!
Lufthansa 4141.
Engine stable. Tuga! Yes, I think I know why he didn't clear me for takeoff as well.
Lufthansa 33, cross 07 turn left on Lima, hold short of November
100
4.
knots. V1, rotate.
Lufthansa 33, contact Akron 121.85, cheers.
Positive rate. Gear up. V2 plus 10, flaps can come up.
Tower, hello, run up and wait, runway 07 center.
We can turn on heading mode and speed mode and engage the autopilot. In fact, we can go straight to nav.
Nike Alpha, you identified. Contact line radar on 120.8, cheers.
Langen radar on 120.8 for Lufthansa 9 Echo Alpha. Thank you, choose.
Lufthansa 4141, 16-0336 knots, runway 18, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 4141.
And Lufthansa 8, Papa Alpha, in sequence, line up and wait, runway 18.
And Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha will line up behind.
Thrust levers to climb. Reversers off. Fuel crossfeed. Auto override thingamy on. And we can switch to speed mode. Langen radar, guten Abend. Lufthansa 9 Echo Alpha climbing through 3,900 feet on the Cindy 1 X-ray.
Lufthansa 9 Echo Alpha, Langen radar identified, continue climbing flight level 110.
Continue climb flight level 110, Lufthansa 9 Echo Alpha. Thank you very much to whoever that was. I will look at your name in a minute as soon as I've got this blooming altitude in and got us climbing. speed. Back into climb. Sync the heading. Simon with the gifted sub to Fire 35 to say thank you for the ATC. That's very nice.
4,000 feet.
Lufthansa 4141, London radar identified.
And we're climbing through the transition altitude, so we'll set standard.
4141.
Lufthansa 4141 identified.
Copy.
Bring that speed up to 250. And we'll do our climb checklist. So fuel crossflows back on auto, bleeds and APU set, thrust reversers are off there. That's fine. Nice!
Direct to Antix 4141.
Please do fire. Yeah, thank them all. Everyone we've spoken to so far has been very, very nice. Well, that went alright, didn't it? Other than that I didn't start the chrono, which I never ever do. Been given Rhine radar, but nobody's talking to you on either frequency. Ooh. Ah, don't worry. If they'll give you a contact me if they want you.
Lufthansa 4141, climb central level 60.
Climb 60, Lufthansa 4141.
Lufthansa 2 kilo, descend central level 70. Lufthansa 2 kilo, descend central level 70.
Right, there's 10,000 feet, so we can turn the landing lights off. We can also turn the recognition taxi lights off, and we can turn the seatbelt signs off because it's nice and smooth and clear.
Lufthansa 854, London radar identified, can climb level 1.
What's this, Tex 43? Timer starts automatically. Blimey, I never knew that. Thank you very much. That's the most useful thing anyone has ever told me about this plane.
8 Papa Alpha, passing flight correction, passing 2,000 feet.
Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha, London radar identified, speed 220 knots, force correction.
220 knots, Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha.
And we're going to keep our speed at around the 320 mark now we've leveled off.
Lufthansa 4141, climb central level 80.
Beautiful.
Level 80, Lufthansa 4141.
Oh, good.
Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha, continue climb level 70.
Why is my
Level 70, Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha.
1013 flashing?
Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha, stop climb 5,000 feet.
But climb 5,000 feet, 8 Papa Alpha.
Lufthansa 4141, climb flight level 110.
110 for 141.
Lufthansa 854, contact London radar 123.125.
Wing view for CAFL, and anyone else who wants one? Same in the Dash 8, is it? Didn't know that. I never remember to press the chrono button in any plane, and now there's one where it really doesn't matter.
Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha, confirm you're maintaining 220 knots.
Yeah, they're very good.
Yeah, sorry, we had trouble with the autopilot. We're decreasing speed to 220 knots now, Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha.
Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha, thanks, climb for level 70.
Flight level 70, Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha.
It's Jamie!
Z291, London radar identified, continue climbing.
Also, Langen are on often. All night, so it's not often, but they're quite often. There's a lot of good coverage around this area.
Z291 and speed 220 knots for separation. This is Z291.
That wing does look good.
For one, contact
I'll show you the other one. If you like that one, you wait till you see the other one.
123.375, Lufthansa 4141, bye-bye.
Negative 123.275.
123.275, apologies, Lufthansa 4141.
Lufthansa 2 kilo descent 4,000 feet, QH 1027.
Then 4,000 feet on 1027.
Just have to reset it between flights.
8
Seems like
Papa
one.
Alpha, flying at level 100, contact London radar. Can you cut?
What was that?
Lufthansa Manor Echo Alpha, contact London radar 13.275.
What was that, Langen radar? 113? Confirm 113.275 for Lufthansa 9 Echo Alpha.
Negative 123.275.
Langen radar on 123.275 for Lufthansa 9 Echo Alpha. Thanks very much for the ATC. Bye.
Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha, climb flight level Manor 0, contact London radar 123.275.
We'll climb flight level Manor 0 on contact Langen radar 123.275. Bye-bye, shooting up. Clear the left runway 07.
Lufthansa 5401, contact München radar 129525, schönen Abend. Lufthansa 6 Papa Mike, contact
Gosh,
Langen
he's
radar
busy.
13550.
13550, danke für die Service, Lufthansa 6 Mike.
Langen radar, guten Abend, Lufthansa 9 Echo Alpha at flight level 110.
Lufthansa 9 Echo Alpha, Langen radar identified, climb flight level 240.
Climb flight level 240, Lufthansa 9 Echo Alpha.
Langen radar, good Abend, Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha, passing flight level 8 down.
Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha, Langen radar identified, climb flight level...
Feels like ages since I've done a flight with this much ATC. It's really good. Thank you, Trills. Appreciate it.
Flight level 250, Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha.
Condor 4572, speed 180 knots or greater until 6 miles final.
Yeah, Captain Swift, I was planning on having a nice cup of tea, and then I saw the weather at Ljubljana, and I thought, no, have a beer.
Condor 6 Foxtrot, echo speed 180 knots until 6 miles final.
180.6.
Did you say flight level 8000,
Going
Trills? I didn't hear that.
right, heading 050.
You must be sick. Was it? You might have answered this earlier. Was it today you had your booster? What were you saying?
Radar, Lufthansa 4 with Yankee is passing 20,000.
Lufthansa 4 Whiskey Yankee.
We're doing a cruise climb now. We did decide we'd climb up to 290 knots, but we want to make some progress. We wanted to get up there, but there's no huge hurry, so I've opted to stay at 320. Had your booster today and you were already a bit sick before. No bad. I was a bit sick before my first jab, and it wasn't good.
Langen radar, good evening, identified, climb flight level 240. Color 4572, wind 020 degrees, 3 knots, runway 07, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 07, Condor 4572. Guten Abend, Lufthansa 3 Lima Charlie, level 165, reaching 170.
Nasty. I've only had sinusitis once in my life, and it was absolute agony. Absolute agony. Feel for you. Are you back in Spain now?
Flight level 130 to reach at airtime.
This is flying the plane the correct way. The wing loves speed.
Direct air test and
do you fly these for real then,
by
Tex?
air test for CRJ 47.
Lufthansa 4 with Yankee, which frequency to monitor?
Lufthansa 4 Whiskey Yankee, Honeycomb was to 2.8 Swiss offline.
I had two
Yankee,
AstraZeneca's, Captain Swift. I feel I was in a similar boat when I got mine. Oh, I feel for you, Scott. Which where in the world do you fly them, Tex?
Georgia 2012 via the transition, cleared island correction 07, QNH Stuttgart 1025.
The transition cleared island 07 QNH 1025. Schedule is
You're waiting 488, block 8
Yes, I had a Moderna for my booster as well. I was very pleased. In the States, okay.
Speed 170 knots on the final.
Do you know, I think you're the third real-world CRJ pilot.
Contact. Disregard switches offline. Monitor Unicorn 122.8.
Monitor Unicorn 122.8 for Lufthansa 9 Echo Alpha. Danke schön, Abend.
And Lufthansa 4141, same for you, Monitor Unicorn 122.8. Bye-bye.
Let's get that altitude up then to flight level 270.
Contact München, radar 129.5.
Into speed mode. Bring that speed back down to 320.
5 to 5, thank you very much.
And over to Unicom on 122.8. Wunderschön. The flight is less than an hour, Maxi. Less than an hour. In fact, we have 40 minutes left until we land. Yeah, me too. I'm the same, Swifty. The nurse was really nice to you since you fainted last time you got there. Did you? Oh gosh, you poor thing. Well, I'm glad you didn't faint today. Won't say which company. No, fair enough. Are you sure? Someone has probably figured it out by now. I haven't. Could be, well, be any of three, I think. Such a pleasant departure to watch and fly to. Always great having apron/ground tower departure from Central North. Oh, not half. It seems like such a rarity at the moment. And yeah, it does make a huge difference. Especially when you don't cock anything up and get into trouble. I still, whenever I fly on VATSIM and there's full control online, I'm still always pretty certain that I'm going to balls it up. Today I didn't, so that's good. So we're going to convert to Mach now and let our speed come down to Mach 0.77. And try and keep it there. When do you think you can speed up a little? 220 is so slow. Gosh, I don't know. Where are you? You must be past the SID now, aren't you? I'd ask. Oh yeah, other than Lufthansa Tower. Thanks for reminding me, Wojtek. See, even sky gods make deliberate mistakes sometimes so the rest of you feel better. Right, let's increase our range a little bit so we can see where we're going. And I'll bring up the flight plan on Navigraph for you all to have a little look at. Oh, you're on Unicom already? Oh yeah, you're right. Just going to switch it to world map mode so it means a little more. So, this is our arrival. This is where we are now, just flying over southeastern Germany still, I believe. Yes, we must be. We're not yet at Augsburg. Yeah, so this was our departure. You may remember we took off, we made a left turn, and then we got to Cindy. And this is now our en route segment. So as you can see, we're flying southeast, pretty much due southeast all the way, over or around Munich. Don't worry about the overspeed, it's fine. Around Munich, and then out over Austria. I guess this is the border. So we're flying not far from Salzburg, then southeast over Klagenfurt. Unfortunately, we're going to the wrong end of Austria, Simon. I'm sorry about that. And yeah, this is our star, which we'll have a little look at because I haven't studied it yet. The Bertha 2 Romeo. So we're coming in through Bertha, and you can see we've got some altitude constraints. And then we're ending up at Mipro, at or above 4,000 feet, where we need to be doing a maximum of 200 knots. And then we'll be doing, we expect, the ILS to runway 30, So yes, so we want to be intercepting the glide slope at 4,000 feet, which is what we were talking about with the Star, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, 4,000 feet at Basta. And yeah, there's Basta here, 4,000 feet. Nice! Right, let's get rid of the Navigraph window for you, and I'm going to check my constraints. Pure Pudo, welcome, how are you? Nice to see you. Are we talking to Adria Radar? I hope so. Weather looking better now, still a few clouds on the ground, but might actually be good visibility now. Oh, that's music to my ears. Oh yeah, I think you'll be fine at 295. What does MIFG, Mike India Foxtrot Golf mean, do we think, in a meta? Does anyone know? The FG says to me fog, which I don't like. MI, I want to say is minimal. Minimal fog? Better than maximal fog, I suppose. Adria Radar's on currently, but they've been online for like 4 or 5 hours. Right, okay. You ain't clacking, you're slacking, I've never heard that. But yes, I like it. I reckon if he's been on for 4 or 5 hours and he sees our slot coming in under half an hour, he'll wait. Nearly Rohit, very short flight today, very short flight, and better still for you, a very short taxi in. Oh nice, thank you, Rohit. First time watching my stream, really enjoying the relaxed vibe and the sense of community. Oh, thank you, Big Mac. Yeah, it's nice of you to say. Glad you found us. Which brings me on to my next point. Don't forget to click the follow button. All of you, if you haven't already, if you'd like to come back, I'd love to have you back. And also you can consider a Club Filbert membership, which is what I call my Twitch subscriptions. Some blurb coming up now, and also in the information boxes down below the stream. Thank you, Doobie108, thank you very much. Welcome to the channel. Yes, what I was going to do is constraints, isn't it? Oh, I forgot. Did I forget to allow the passengers? No, I didn't. I did it. I usually forget either that or the landing lights or both, but I did it. Well, you don't have to clean the seats, do you, Charles? It's not your problem. Turks, thank you very much for the follow as well. Much appreciated. Shallow fog, if you remember correctly. Ah, thank you. Shallow fog. Right. Marvellous. Thank you very much. I tell you what though, Charles, if you're using Ben as your benchmark, you're setting yourself very low standards. You always wonder what a CFT witch is. I don't know. Yes, Jamie, how's your flight going? Are you on fire yet? It does do the constraints automatically, but it's good practice to check them. And it wouldn't be the very first time I'd seen it get them wrong. So we're just going to have a little look-see. So our first constraint is LJ554. 105 or above, that's correct. Next one, 8,000 or above, 7,000, 6,000, 5,000 or above, correct. Meet Pro 4,000, oh my goodness, I'm overspeeding again. And then, yeah, 4,000, 4,000, that's all looking good.
Twitch streamer, I'm a noob.
I don't know quite what to say to that, Voite. I'm going to say thank you for the 1,000 bits. I'll leave it at that. Do I have Bert is going? Good, you fat neek. Good. Does anyone here, just straw poll, hands up who knows what a neek is? Because I only learned today. Did I say 1,000? I meant 100. Yeah. Oh, I see. Oh, bless you, honestly. No, it wouldn't have been appropriate to say who I was, I don't know.
Thereafter, beacon and
Can
clear
you put
08 right for the island.
I still don't know what an I still don't know where you see LCFT. Oh, LCF. Oh, exclamation mark Club Filled at Twitch. Right. Right, I see. Noob response. Right, what did someone just ask me? Jamie asked me about the arrival. Let's see, what did I choose? Yes. Did you say Bertha 2 Romeo? If you said Bertha 2 Romeo, then yes. If you said anything else, then no. Getting a bit bouncy up in front over the mountains. Oh god. Don't like bouncy. Ooh, it's Munich! München! Nice to see. Nice to see. So yeah, we've done our constraints. What else do we need to do when setting up for the descent and approach? Let's check my checklists. We need to set the landing elevation, which is going to be 1,191 feet. So we'll call it 1,200. $1,160, 8,200. That's set. No turbulence there. Nothing on the radar either. Yeah, but you're not in MSFG, are you, boss? How are you finding that? Is it Birmingham you want? Yes, it is a loaded question. Imagine being in a plane that doesn't send the landing elevation automatically. I know, it's like flying the Ark, this, I tell you. It's like flying the Ark. Andrea radar's gone offline. Now that sucks. I'm drinking Bath Ale's Gem Amber Ale. It is honestly the favourite beer, my favourite supermarket available beer. It's really nice. It is good, isn't it? Yeah. Slightly sweeter than I would like, but overall very nice. Haven't got it yet, but it looks fantastic. Probably very soon, LG. Oh yeah, I forgot that was your plan. Yeah, I'm up for that. Give it a whirl. It's we have better beers, but we don't have better beers that are readily better sort of mass-produced beers that are readily available. Right, landing elevations done. We'll set the landing data from the EFB, so we'll go to performance. We can always update this later on, but we're looking at a VREF of 137. Settle there. We'll set the ILS frequency and standby. It'll probably auto-tune, but if it doesn't, we've got it there. What is it? 110 decimal. Pardon me. 110.5. And we'll set our minimums. Now, we're still seeing cloud at 100 feet and we're seeing some sort of fog reported. So, ideally, I wish, it would be nice if we were in a Cat 3 ILS capable aircraft. But we're not, so we're going to set the minimums for a Category 2. And we're going to set a decision height rather than a decision altitude. Because of the poor visibility. So, that's going to be 100 feet. It's Cat 2 capable, but not Cat 3 capable. Yeah, 100 feet set, radio altimeter. You'll definitely report visibility on your approach, that's why. Oh, thank you, Simon. But you know what MSFS is... you know what MSFS is like. It'll go one of two ways. Either it'll be much, much better than the Meta would suggest, or it'll just be fully covered in fog and we won't see anything. Either way, we're getting it down in Ljubljana because you need to see the airport. Yeah, cloud bases are 100 feet. So it is definitely Cat 2 on the border of Cat 3. Temperature's -5, dew point -6. There we are. That would explain the MIFUG. Winds are nice though, 320 at 2. Why Cat 2 if the aircraft is Cat 1? Yes, but it's also fog. I don't understand why the visibility is 9999 if it's foggy. That doesn't make any sense to me. Why Cat 2 if the aircraft is Cat 1? Because the aircraft isn't Cat 1. The aircraft can do Cat 2 approaches. Good evening, Mark. Welcome. Yeah, I'm not... I think the way I did my stream schedule was less clear than how I normally do it. I might repost the remaining streams tomorrow. Probably be Clear Skies with Flashes of Lightning going by MSFS, like weather standards, yeah. Are you doing something wrong or you can't set them up? Yeah, I'll show you. So, you go down to this knob here, and you choose between MDA or DH. Today I'm using DH. You push it in, and that should bring up the decision height here, which will be 0 initially. And then you wind the inner knob to adjust it. Fog is shallow, only a foot or two high. Right, hence the good visibility. Right, that makes sense to me. But I also know that MSFS live weather can exaggerate these things. These land on shallow fog-covered runways all the time. It's not really much of a thing. Right, so that I didn't realise how shallow that was. That is really nothing to worry about. That's good to know. Thank you. I still don't trust MSFS live weather not to make the whole airport thickly blanketed in fog. So I'm still going with 100-foot decision height. And hopefully we won't need it. Hopefully we'll be visual a long time before that. If I was in P3D, then yeah, I'd probably go for a Cat 1 and set a decision altitude of 1,390 feet. See, Wojtek? Not just a pretty face. What is actually difference between Cat 2 and 1 for the pilot/plane? So I don't know, is the short answer. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I'm sure that Turks can give us a better idea. But my understanding is that it's to do with the precision of the instruments. You have to have higher standards of ILS equipment on the ground and in the plane for a Cat 2. And there's also has to be redundancy, I think. But, as I say, there's probably a much, much better and more accurate explanation than that. But that's my gut feeling. Why would you not always fly a Cat 2 in a capable plane then? I don't know. But I suppose that's a bit like asking why would you not always fly an ILS as opposed to a visual? And you might fly a visual because you want to, because you have reduced separation minima, that sort of thing. And big in the States, I know that much. They're not quite so common over here, but yeah. America! Cat 2 has different requirements for people at the airport. Have to hold short further. Yeah, so the holding, the separation on the ground is kind of directly linked to visibility as opposed to the ILS category. But as Alex posted in that video on my server a little while back, if you're relying on autoland, then the spacing of aircraft in the air also has to be increased to ensure accuracy of the equipment. So yeah, the ILS category isn't linked with ground separation, but it can have an impact on separation of aircraft in the air. Ah, here we are. Decision height instead of MDA. The tolerances are tighter. We basically can't have anything in on. There's a crosswind limit, a braking limit. Basically, it has a ton of restrictions in terms of how we fly it. The FO flies the plane, the captain lands it. Ah, there we go. There we go. And so in answer to the other question, why do you not always use the why do you not always use the highest possible category of ILS? Other than separation, are there any other reasons? Yeah, exactly. So we are coming up to our top of descent. It's going to be in about 50 miles. Look at that, we're going to be on the ground in 20 minutes. Incredibly short flight. I'm doing Cat 2, Jamie. I'm doing Cat 2, but only because I'm in MSFS. I think if I was in any other sim, I'd probably do a Cat 1. I see mist. I'm going to put the seatbelt sign on. It's going to give us a choppy. Oh, it's frozen. Don't freeze. Now it's making my speed go all over the place. And my altitude. It's gonna be fine though. Nobody panic, everything's fine. Just put your seatbelts on, relax. Have another whiskey. I do use autosave on Volanta, yes. It's got me out of many a sticky situation in P3D. And fewer sticky situations in MSFS, because for some reason, and I know everyone's experience is different, but MSFS is my most stable sim. My IAS is 310, plus or minus, depending on the lumps and bumps. Yeah. I also realised I never thanked everyone for their donations after yesterday's stream. I was in a bit of a panic about getting lunch down me and doing the Club of Filbert Silver stream in the afternoon. So I just want to say a few quick thank yous now from yesterday's stream. So Pete, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs. Treed we went, Marco, and Treed we went for 200 bits. Marco and Jenny for 100 bits each. Ben for the gifted sub. Simon for the gifted sub. Marco for the gifted sub. Marco for another 300 bits, Simon for your 50 bits, and Alex for 100 bits, and Ben for another gifted sub. And Simon in particular for your resub at tier 3, that was much appreciated. And Alex for 100 bits there. Treed we went with a gifted sub to London Controller, and Jeff for his resub as well, and Brownie Gnome minus for his raid. That is, yeah, that was all very nice of you. The spacing requirements both on the approach and around the runway, as well as it takes a good 10 to 15 minutes extra to brief the approach. So workload wise, it's better to just go Cat 1, and depending on who's flying the plane, we're either stealing a landing from the FO or an approach from a captain. I see. But in general, it's professionally appropriate to let the other pilot fly the entire flight as much as possible. That makes a lot of sense, thank you. Would the Cat 2 in good conditions not just be to comply with recency requirements when it is actual Cat 2 conditions? LVOs are, that slows down traffic. Good question, Big Mac. You did treat him. Yeah, you're right, Wojtek, you're right. Plus we're pilots, we like to fly the plane, not watch the computer fly it. Yeah, fair. So it's just more fun, a bit like doing a visual approach rather than an ILS or an RNAV, I guess. Another channel said it freezes the sim while it's saying... Ah, yeah, so that could be what's causing my freezes. I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, agreed, Simon. It's worth it. Weather's looking poggers. As in good poggers or terrifying poggers, Pete? So personally, Wojtek, I just go into the main menu and then go to save load and just load the most recent Volanta Auto set, and it just seems to work. You can clearly see the field 10 nautical miles out. Oh, fantastic. Really good news. Visual all day, every day. Kick off the autopilot and downwind and hand fly the pattern. Can't be beat. Yeah, I bet. Poggers only means it's good, but it can also... No. Careful. While I do bow to your superior knowledge of young people's chat, poggers can mean exciting, right? And exciting can be because there's really low visibility conditions. Yeah, I just load it. Yeah, just load it from the main menu. Easing off on the drinks now. Yeah. You had to switch off Volanta also because your sim would freeze for 15 to 20 seconds every time. Oh, really? Mine, I haven't noticed mine ever be quite that bad. Right, so we're very close to our top of descent now. So what I'm going to do is wind the altitude down to flight level to 10,500. Talking of which, I haven't actually set the transition. Oh no, I did set the transition level. That's not true. No, not something negative. It's still something good, right? So some people love seeking out bad weather and flying into zero visibility snowstorms, right? And those people would find that poggers because they'd find it exciting, right? Surely. Let's go to our directed descent page. And we'll pick a rate of descent based on this. I'm going to go with 2,700. Once we pass our top of descent point. Oh, you just had to get the boomer in there, right? Thank you, Castle. You're pogged for this slammer of a landing. Me too, Scott. Kitech approach at minimums is pogged. Exactly, Pete. Exactly. Talking of which, I need to get a pogger screenshot of my Volanta for the plane because it doesn't have one at all. Why are we climbing? Did I accidentally twiddle the knob? I don't want to be climbing, I want to be descending. Right, what did we say? 2007. Let's get it down. You just uploaded a Pogger's screenshot to Volanta. So it's an exciting landing in a fog. Foggers. It is now, Swifty. It is now. What are you flying in, Wojtek? What's MVP? This feels like something I should know, but I don't. Pritam, hello, welcome, welcome. So, most valuable player, that's the one, thank you. CRJ9, oh good. MVC. Someone asked if we were doing the Marrakesh Express tomorrow. Yes, we are. That's going to be at 1300 on YouTube. Which reminds me, if you haven't found my YouTube channel yet, talking of poggers, that is really where you want to be right now. Well, not right now because you're watching this, but right after this, you want to go over there. In fact, you can pop over there now. I wouldn't stop you. Hit the subscribe button and set an alarm for 1 PM tomorrow when we'll be streaming on YouTube a flight from Gatwick to Marrakesh. I think Gatwick. Is it Gatwick? Yeah, greatest of all time. Didn't you even know that? Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes, it has been a little bit bumpy, and there's some kind of fog reported, but we think it won't be too bad. Right, we want to convert to speed now. We want to do 320 knots. There or thereabouts. Oh, I wasn't aware of it. If you're not subscribing already, you're extra fat neakish. Very well said, Joe. I couldn't have put it better myself.
Traffic citation 444 Delta, short final,
Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea, Dream. We should do the same. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of fog. More fog than I'm entirely comfortable with. I think you need to be further away from the full effect, probably. And in terms of speeds, we want to be, what was our speed constraint? Maximum 200 knots by MIPRO. That's alright, we can do that, it's not a problem. Seatbelts are already on, landing lights to come at 10,000 feet. Oh, you bought that 172 for Ace plane, did you? Nice. Fog went from shallow to patchy. Oh, has it? Oh yeah, you're right. Wind's variable at 1 knot. Few clouds at 100 feet. Ah, who knows what MSFS will show us though. It could still be absolutely fine or absolutely horrendous. Do you stream you want to watch tomorrow? Mine and EasyJet Sim Pilot's doing the Santa run. Oh really? What, up to Rovaniemi? I'm doing that on the 23rd, Mark. So stick with me, you'll have it all. It's a race from JFK to LX in a single-engine piston aircraft. 10-minute mandatory wait and stop fuel. Ooh, that does sound fun. That does sound fun. Yeah, it did look like water. Just mind my one runway heading on landing. Yes, good point.
Approach runway 30 currently unknown.
What is our spacing like? I have absolutely no idea.
Ljubljana traffic, citation Golf 104 Delta, vacated runway 30. Good luck, bosses. We're all counting on you.
Looks pretty good. It's pretty good.
Cheers, boss.
Thank you, boss. So now we can go down as low as 8,000, so we'll adjust our altitude. And there's transition level, so we will set the pressure. Avec le beaky, le clé B. 1023. Now I don't want you to read it. 20,000 good, good. You have 0 visibility below full fog. Oh, Christ, Voite, that's not what I want to hear. And we'll go down to 7,000 or above. And we're slightly below our VNAV, or our advisory VNAV path, but that's okay. I'm going to bring the speed back down now. Give us 250 knots. If not below 10,000 feet, they're not much above it. Right, so we'll get our landing lights on, our recognition taxi lights on. Because we're a little low, we can reduce our rate of descent to help us get down to 250 knots and stop being naughty. You're in live weather and it's Cav OK in the field. Good, good, I'm glad it still is.
Yeah, the traffic, Lufthansa 4141 is holding around 240 knots, indicated airspeed.
Let's bring our speed down a little. Ljubljana traffic, Lufthansa 9 Echo Alpha is approaching Lima Juliet 551 at 7,300 feet, inbound via the Bertha to Romeo arrival for the ILS runway 30. Right, we can go down as low as 5,000 feet now, so we'll get that descent back going again. Reduce our range. Get our approach checklist done. So our descent checklist. That's fine. Core landing checklist. Passenger sides are on. Flight attendant advised. Gear flaps, etc. still to come. And we're going to bring our altitude down to 4,000 feet to keep that descent going. So cool seeing you all come down in sequence over the mountains. It is pretty, yeah, of course you can watch us from the ground. It's quite... I'm not 100% sure. Ooh, right, into heading mode, because that is not a turn we want to make. That gives us the opportunity to switch nav source. The ILS on green needles. Course seems to be correctly set, so that's good. On the approach mode, we're going to bring our speed down to 180 times 1.
Ljubljana traffic, Adria 7 kilometers approach.
And we've overshot the localizer, but that's not my fault, it's the plane's fault. That's one can come out now. Ljubljana traffic, Lufthansa 9 Echo Alpha is on a 12-mile final for runway 30. Someone's gone. This was that Simon. That was 8 at 180. And we're going to try our best not to get too slow. Oh, visibility is awesome. Just gone over your skull. Simon's gone missed. Ah, Simon. So we are to the left of the localizer, but we're going to... I mean, the plane says it's captured it. We get the gear down. Certainly the heading we're on now will intercept it well before we need to start worrying about it. So as long as the plane does what it's supposed to do, all is good.
Yeah, no traffic. Lufthansa 4141 on the bird tail. 2 Romeo, arrival for ILS 30.
Yeah, its ILS capture is not great still, sometimes.
Ljubljana traffic, Lufthansa 4141 slowing to 160 knots, church spacing.
And Ljubljana traffic, Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha. I'll be slowing down to give place to the preceding aircraft as well.
70, we can go flaps 20. Gosh, there's a lot of snow on that runway. Looking for a VREF 137, so the approach at about 146, there's no wind. Flaps, whatever comes next, 30, and flaps 40. Get some throttle in so we don't get too slow. Ljubljana traffic, Lufthansa 9 Echo Alpha, short final for runway 30. What was I saying about not letting our speed get too low? I've let our speed get too low. Alright, let's turn the autopilot off, do some manual flying. Yeah, I'm not so au fait with the different flap options on the CRJ. 30, 40, 20, 30, 40, 45, I think. Maybe just 20, 30, 45, whatevs. Someone should clear this runway, honestly.
1,000.
You've been scammed by MSFS live weather, not for the first time, Scott. I guess I'll aim for that patch of clear snow, which seems to be where other aircraft have touched down. Clear snow, the patch that's clear of snow.
Ljubljana traffic, Lufthansa 4141 establishing on the final.
400.
High. Very high.
Ljubljana traffic, Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha slowing to 200 knots.
200.
Sync rate.
It's alright though. Don't worry about the sync rate, everybody.
Sync rate.
Let the aircraft fret about it, we'll just land the plane, eh?
50, 40, minimum 30,
Continue.
20, 10.
And guess who didn't arm the thrust reversers? This guy. It's not snow, it's very shallow fog. Yes, quite.
Ljubljana traffic, Lufthansa 4141, 5 mile final, 150 knots indicated.
Does look stunning, doesn't it? Yes, I am using the Bijan mask, yes. Does that cause more snow, Alex? Ljubljana traffic, Lufthansa 9 Echo Alpha, runway vacated. Right, so we're down, landing lights can come off.
Thank you, Ljubljana traffic, Lufthansa 4141, speeding up to 160 to give you a bit more space.
And we'll start the APU. New light is gone, APU SOE open remains. Strobe lights can come off. This looks good. Let's just hold here and do the after landing checklist to see what I've forgotten. There's an opacity adjustment to make to remove snow from the runway surface. Oh, okay. So it doesn't add snow, it has the option to remove snow. Is that what we're doing? Someone's done along the taxi line and cleared it. Yeah, it's true. That's the main thing, eh? After landing checklist, APU is starting, transponder can come off. Lights are set, probes are on. Yeah. Right, let us do the most exciting thing about this airport, which is to park with the aid of VTGS. Copy Valor. Ryanair couldn't afford me, boss.
Ljubljana traffic, Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha established on the glide slope and localizer slowing down to 160 knots until formal final.
So what we're going to do is we're going to park up and then we're going to have a good look around the airport together. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to park up at stand 4 here. Let's turn the taxi light off. Some good close snow clearance around the entrance to these stands as well. Now you have a look at this VTGS as we taxi in. This works at every stand. Ignore the marshal. You don't need the marshal.
4141 vacated at Golf.
So let me slow down. So you can see it's identified us as a CRJ 900 and it's giving us a direction to taxi to line us up with the centre of the stand.
Ljubljana traffic, Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha.
And now we are lined up.
Runway,
We don't have to go left or right. We just have to look at this distance, which is counting down in meters, and we have to stop when it gets to 0.
Ljubljana
And wants us to
traffic,
go right a bit.
10 and arrival 20, 160 till 4.
And stop there. Oh Christ, was the overlay hiding it? We'll do it again. We'll do it again. But let's just have a look. You see it stopped us bang in the middle, bang on that line. It is so clever, isn't it? It's like proper, it's apparently transmitting information to the marshal. Yeah, with some kind of mind control link. What we'll do is we'll wait for, I think this is Wojtek, right? We'll wait for Wojtek to get out of the way. And then we'll do a cheeky immersion-killing slew. And I'll show you it again. And I might temporarily disable the overlay so you can see it properly. Because this works on every stand here. So it's not like, you know, various people have done a bit of a bodge where if you choose the right stand, if you choose the stand via the InSim ATC, then it's yeah, the marshaller doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah, this works on all the stands. So, where are we? We're on stand 4 here. Yeah, the others are... So 5 is taken. We could have a go at 6. Let's have a go at 6. Forgive me, everyone. This isn't what I want to do. So, we're going to taxi along to stand 6. And I'll hide the overlay, and then you can see it in action. Is it? Yeah. Okay. Then a overlay as well. Okay, right. So you should be able to see it this time. Stand 6. Let's have a go.
Lufthansa 8 Papa Alpha vacated runway 30.
Finally within range of Sydney, 640 nautical miles to go, but not mess this up. Where did you depart from, Swifty? Right, here we go, stand 6. This also proves that it really isn't linked to the MSFS ATC as well. Singapore, nice! Oh, Jakarta. No, it's WSSS. Okay. So it wants us a little bit left.
Okay, traffic. That 291 reducing minimum boat speed 125 knots.
And stop there. We want to see the jetway connection, and you shall, and you shall. Don't you worry. Let's just have a look at our parking. Once again, I say my nose is ever so slightly to the left, but bang on the line. And if we go up to it, you can see it's showing us that it's okay. Parking's okay, so we can relax. Impressed by how slow the 757 can get on approach, yeah. Who are we waiting for? Who is... Ooh. Is this Jamie? Yes, there is an option to turn off statics. Let's watch a landing. Not good, but okay, yeah. Right, come on, let's see this next person coming. And then we'll change the weather and have a proper look around, I think. Questions. 1, it's out already. It's out already. This update's coming out in a few days to add the VGDS. What other questions do we have? Where can we buy it? Sim Market. I'll post a link in a second. How did they get VDGS? Oh, who's going around? Jammy! Jammy's going around! Is it because his plane's on fire? No. That's a nice change. ENVA has VDGS, but it doesn't work. Any info on that? None at all.
No.
Good, that's a relief. Go around's a bad idea, particularly if you're on fire. The dev is, as I said at the beginning, can't remember now. Can't remember what he calls himself. His name's George, I can tell you that much. Hang on, let me get the email up and I'll tell you all about it. And then we'll switch our engines off, I think. Do you know, Alex, I was thinking that. That they should license it. Scenic Routes, and it's on Sim Market. I'll find you a link now. So here is the link for the scenery. I think I've answered all your questions. Yeah. It'd be odd to go around with a fire, it would. Watching land and taxiing is very dangerous. True. Volante plucks a figure out the air void tank. Yeah, they absolutely should license it. So what you have to do to make the VDGS work is you run a separate installer that's outside the scenery folder. It installs a program and then it works. Somehow your brakes didn't actually overheat in the A321 vacating on Golf. Nice! It's probably because it's -6. They may have overheated, but they're just frozen up again. Right, what else can I tell you about it? Yeah, so static traffic delete, there's a separate file you can download to get rid of your statics, as I said. This version of it is coming out in a few days' time. We don't know exactly when, but they have a Facebook that you can check out the information on it. So George also said that I can tease you. They've got a second airport coming out that is due in the first quarter of next year. I don't know which one it is. And interestingly, they close down. Apparently, they close down their airports and they carry out UAV mapping. So they reckon that this process brings a level of accuracy not yet seen before in flight simulation. Now, I'm not here to promote their product at all, as you know. However, that's quite cool. That's quite cool, right? That they actually map the area with drones. I did find that quite cool. And this scenery is used by the Real Life Airport's ATC Academy, apparently. So that's, yeah, some impressive credentials. But all of that is meaningless if it does not look beautiful. So what I'm going to do is switch off the engines, and then I'm going to change the weather to get rid of the snow. We've got an idea of what the snow looks like. We're not entirely sure if it would be better or worse without the terrain masks. Beacon can come off. Seatbelts can come off. Some of us like immersion and fly real time. How much did he pay you to say that, Twells? Immersions. Immersion is simulating real flights, which have schedules. This one flew at 0900 hours in the morning, so to fly it at night time would be the very definition of insanity. Quick word with the CRJ, shut down EGL for lie-down mapping, make scenery for MSFS. Yeah, I think it should be. I see no reason why not. Got to attend to son and dog, so we'll catch you all tomorrow if you remember. No worries, Mark. Thank you for coming. Try and remember, boss. 1300 over on YouTube. Right, so now we can see some ground. No, I would hope not. I would hope not. So now I'm torn between showing you around the airport and watching CRJ land. At the moment, my sim has frozen, so I can do neither. Did he say 3 mile final, 4 mile final, something like that? Can you see him? I can't see him yet. I'm sure he'll tell us when he's on short final. Got to go as well. Thanks for the lovely stream. You're very welcome. Always nice to see you, Martin. Good night, boss. You flew an A3... Yeah. Then again, they did fly the A319. And that's basically the same in your... But then you are in no position at all to talk about immersion, boss. All future immersion comments discounted as a result of the A319 is basically the same as the A321. So this is what the interior looks like. Really, very, very nice. Bit of blurriness on these signs if you get up close, but who cares about that? It's pretty pog. The windows look good from inside. He's on a short final, right? Let's go and watch him. We'll come back and finish our tour of the airport once CRJ went down. Just fly. Yeah, that's true. BizJets I do tend to fly in lifetime. Yeah. Is Heathrow at 3 AM? Was Heathrow at 3 AM right here? Some of us are too poor to buy the A319 from Taylor's as well. Oh, you crashed, CRJ. No. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, now the... Oh, no, there they are. Everything's come back. Right, let's connect the jetway. Let's get the doors open, the thingy lowered. Guardrails lowered. Get the wheel chocks in. And we'll get the jetway connected and have a look at that. Yeah, you were pretty much here. You were pretty much here, Drew.
Yeah, traffic, Adrian, 7 kilo, 9 mile, final, island 30, fully established, and we'll keep getting
That's a little bit unfortunate, the sinking through the floor of the stairs. You do have a lot of problems with it. Maybe it is just not quite up to it. Maybe you can get some upgrades. And that is as well as I've ever seen any jetway connect to a CRJ. Yeah, they never connect fully properly. Can't drag those stairs. That's true. That's a shame. That's a shame. But, you know, not a deal breaker. Not a deal breaker. Nice. Very nice wood textures. Very nicely modelled. Very nicely modelled. Simon's on a 9-mile final. I'm aware of this, so we will try and catch your landing, boss. Ooh, there's an Air France hop there. Do Air France hop fly to Ljubljana? That could be quite a poggers route, actually. Very, very nice 3D signage here. That's beautifully done. No jagged edges or anything like that. NetJet's big corporate jet charter company. Yes, indeed. Is that a rock band? Your current PC got bought, built, and your brother says that good gaming PCs are expensive now. They are. They are expensive now. Ooh, look, we have fluttering flags. I like a good fluttering flag. I would have thought the same until I saw an actual picture
traffic, Adria 7 kilo, short final
of a jetway connected to a CRJ in the States. Captain Swift. Whether they do in Europe, I don't know, but it is possible for jetways to connect to CRJs. What do I think about the price if I compare it with bigger airports? How much is it? $23.99. So it's definitely on the high side by MSFS scenery standards, isn't it? I don't tend to comment on price because someone who lives in Ljubljana and has an airport of this quality is going to think it's an absolute bargain. Someone who's going to fly here once because they fancy trying it out and never fly here again is going to think it's a rip-off. So I don't tend to comment on price for that reason. It also depends on how deep your pockets are. I don't think it's an unreasonable price, but you are right, it is more expensive than sceneries of a similar quality, which are larger, I would say. You can't rig a floor for the airstairs yet. Devs have let the airstairs go underneath the ground until SOD can come. Ah, right, okay. I could have sworn I'd seen some jetways where the stairs up, but I could be imagining it.
Ljubljana
yeah,
traffic,
SOD is going to be there.
Kilo, very short final, conferring category 3 conditions at Ljubljana.
Why can't I see Simon? Oh, there he is. There he is. Yeah, perhaps a little steep. But anyway, we'll finish having a look around it. Let's not judge yet. So far, I'm impressed. Alex has been down a jetway onto CRJ. There you are. So Simon presumably is doing an auto land here. You've got to love VATSIM, haven't you, eh? You've got to love V-Pilot. I'm sure that was a lovely landing. Bang on the centre line. And while we're here, let's check out the runway textures. Typical Ryanair landing that. They look pretty good to me. I don't doubt that this change in colour is intentional and based on the real airport. So what they've done here is they've used some of the satellite imagery. And there's pros and cons to doing that because it gives you variety, it gives you realistic scuffs and scratches and changes in tone. But it does mean that when you're sort of taxiing along from cockpit level, it looks blurry and you can't get away from that. That's not to say it's a bad idea. It's down to personal taste, but it does bring variety to scenery. So, bit of a weird sort of lump here at the end of the runway, but I hadn't noticed that on the road, so it probably doesn't particularly matter. V-Pilot made that look like Simon had become one of Emperor Hirohito's chosen. Get the taxi line saturation fits, makes them less lurid. Oh, okay. I will. Yeah, and in general, I think the runway looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. Look at Unicom, chat. What's going on The Santa doesn't have TCAS. I missed all of that. Oh, that's nice. Lots of Merry Christmases going on on Unicom. That is nice. Be sad if the crash to desktop was caused by Sim Update 7 approved Ljubljana sim.
Traffic. Is that
I think that's unlikely.
Police ILS
I mean, I've been over there. Last station, I missed how far out you were.
I never stated, but 5 miles.
Roger, thank you. Yeah, so taxiways again. They've got the blurry satellite imagery, which makes them look realistic from an altitude, but not so good from lower down. Right, so we've had a quick look at the terminal. We're going to go and watch Jamie's landing because he's only 5 miles out. Then we'll come back, and this will be the last landing I film. I think that'll be all of us on the ground by then, and we'll have a proper look around the rest of the airport. Please do one more slow fly around at distance, showing the whole area. Okay, we'll do. It's not set, it's drone mapped at 70 meters, 3 centimeters. Oh, my apologies. My apologies. But yeah, as I was saying, with MSFS scenery creation, you have a choice between using your own textures that you hand paint and using imagery, in this case, drone imagery. And there are pros and cons to each. The pro to this being that it looks exactly like the real airport, the con being that it's not as crisp as you would get with hand-drawn textures. Well, do you have to go to bed? You're really feeling the shot and say, yeah, and don't blame me, boss. I don't blame you. I'm glad you flew along. Thank you very much. No, it was your first time, wasn't it? Yeah, we've had control from you. Never company in the skies. Yeah, you'll be better before long, I'm sure. I'm sure. No one I know has been sick for more than a day and a half, 2 days. Yes, sleep well, boss. Here he comes. 757 inbound. Not on fire still. Any flight that ends without a fire is a success in James' book. So however good this landing is, we need to celebrate with him. That looked good to me. So that's interesting. The ex-pilot seems to be better at actually showing a smooth descent profile to the runway than the pilots. Weird, because you'd have thought it would be the opposite, seeing as we're both using the sun. Anyway, let's have a look at some of the fencing and peripheral buildings. This is interesting. It's almost like it's like an air raid shelter or something, isn't it? But I mean, it's clearly a hangar. We just slow the brain down a little bit. So these are pretty nice, quite nicely modelled and textured. Have we got any transparent glass here so we can have a peek inside? No, just opaque windows on this. And some slightly pixely textures if you get up really close, which you know I always do in my reviews and things, but most people are not going to. They're just going to taxi past. Maybe glance to the left. Or a munitions dump, yes, could be. Yeah, textures on this building, fairly low res, fairly blurry brickwork and doors and windows. Vehicles look good though. Vehicles look very, very good. Impressed by those. And again, another fluttering flag, which is fluttering very realistically. There's a 4K texture set option on the website. Is there? Okay. I'll have to download that. Nice modelling though. A lot of detail here. A lot of detail. These little... I guess they're lights, are they? Zoom their lights. Ooh, and we've got a hangar with an interior full of Cessna 172s, which is nice, and some trolleys and some other objects. That's really nice to see. Why did you make the decision to have the higher resolution textures as an optional extra rather than having them by default? Did you have performance issues with it? This is love. This is very nicely modeled. You often get sort of jagged edges on smooth buildings that are supposed to be smooth and curved, but not so here. Very nicely reflective. Again, no transparent glass, but then you wouldn't probably be getting down at ground level to look in, so that's probably a good call. You have a thought, doing stuff external to bypass SDK limitations such as the VDGS is going to be good for features and functionality, but it will raise the risk of exceptions/crashes, especially for those already exposed to those through settings and underlying stability issues. And then it will be an absolute flame-a-thon. I guess it depends how much it increases the risk of that by. Merry Christmas, Jamie. Thank you for flying along. See you. Hopefully, see you on tomorrow's. This is a very nice. Best user median. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
I'll try and fly, but I'm getting vaccinated 45 minutes before.
Oh, right. No worries at all, boss. No worries at all. Good luck with your job. This is lovely. Really nice. Really nice. And loads of detailing on the ground here as well. Lots of clutter, which I always like to see. Lovely spiral staircase there as well. So these textures are good, right? These textures are good. So I guess, correct me if I'm wrong, Yorgos, but I assume you limited the high resolution textures to the buildings that are going to be, you know, that pilots are going to be getting close to, and then made performance savings on the others, which makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, the advantage of having it as a third-party app is that if people do have problems with it, they can just uninstall it. And I went through this myself. You download the program, double-click on it to install it, and then use the same thing to uninstall it again. So you can try it, and if it doesn't work, you can get rid of it. There's no great shakes there. Nice, nice, very nice. Good quality static airliners as well, which, as I said earlier, can be turned on and off, which is good. And some nice Adria CRJs parked up here. I suppose that's a little bit sad in a way, isn't it, given the demise of them? Yeah, the jetway worked correctly. Jetway worked correctly, yeah, other than the stairs sinking into the ground, which apparently can't be helped at the moment. Right, landside. Did my mic become bad for a moment? I don't know, I wasn't aware of that. Anyone else? 95 feet per minute landing rate for you, best in the CRJ 700 so far. Oh, good for you. Well done, boss. Oh, good, good. Right, landside area, What have we got? We've got quite a lot of stuff going on here. We have more transparent glass. Which is it's kind of hyper reflective, almost like it's metallicized or something. And we've got a little check-in area here, which is very nicely done. Now we find out how far we can go through the airport. Is the whole thing done? More check-in desks, straight on for departures. Ah, good, I'm glad it's alright. I don't think I wanted to come down here. I think I wanted to go through here. Ooh! That's nice, isn't it? I guess this is one of these cars that gets given away, right? Very nice. Very, very nice interior modelling. Very impressed by this. When I first came in, I was quite impressed. Now, I'm very impressed indeed. And this is some kind of a lounge by the looks of it. Also very nice. Good, I like it. Right, let's have a look at the night lighting, shall we? Well, there's a bit more. No, there's a bit more to see. Is this an old car park that's used as a go-karting track? What's this going around? It must be. Someone mentioned a go-kart track, actually, possibly in the email. Melon, hello! Win a car in every airport round. And Paul, hello, welcome, boss. Yes, indeed, yeah. There are no people. There are no people. Switch to oh, right, okay. Oh, yes, you did tell me about this in the email. Now you've reminded me. Oh, yeah. That is cool. That is very, very cool. I love the fact that that some of the rubber remains all year round as well. That you left that in place and then just got the go-karts out for the summer. It is. It's a good scenery. It's a good scenery. This is Ljubljana, if any of you were not aware of that. By scenic routes available to buy on Sim Market here. So yeah, very good. And we've got this this cargo partner warehouse type thing over here. So they've gone quite a long way out with the modelling, which is nice. Plenty to look at on approach from either direction. LJLJ will be your first Sim Market purchase. Yeah, there you are. High praise indeed. The flight was good, Melon. The flight was good. We thought we were going to have thick fog, and people on X-Plane did, but those of us on MSFS were spared it, which is good. Right, let's have a look at night time. See how the night lighting is. Yeah, I think all of us would rather everything was available via Orbex or Contrail, but I assume the reason it isn't, and you might be able to correct me on this, but I assume the reason you went with Sim Market is that they take less of a cut, right? Is that the gist of it? Night lighting is pretty damn pog, if you ask me. That looks lovely, doesn't it? The apron lighting's nice. The terminal is nice. Good pog. Good pog, not scary pog. Not scary, exciting pog. Oh yes, look at that, all the way through. Not about the money, it's just some logistical time to get on the marketplace. Yeah, but I was talking about other platforms like Orbex or Contrail rather than the marketplace. Really good. Even the remote stands are lit. That plane looks really nice, doesn't it? I can hear my first officer sneezing. Yeah, the whole airport's been beautifully lit. Beautifully lit. You did, Jenny, unfortunately. Airport 2 will help. Still waiting. Yes, can you tell us about Airport 2? Can you tell us about Airport 2 at all? Oh, and even the land side's beautifully lit. What's this, Satira? Can't comment at the moment on that, however, a more known partnership of some sort is in the pipeline. Okay, okay. Good, I'm pleased for you. And, well, and everyone, really. But yeah, Sim Market's alright, I've never had a problem with them. What's this clip? Oh yes, look at that, all the way through. I've still got my track IR on. Oh yes, look at that, all the way through. Oh yes, yes indeed. Good clip, Satira, thank you for that. The US needs some of this quality airport dev. You're right. Airport 2 was drone mapped at 40 meters for greater than 1 centimeter data into the sim. We flew with tower and closed it down for 4 hours. That's amazing. And not cheap, I imagine. Unless they did it out of the goodness of their heart. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I really like it. I really like it, Yorgos. You've done a great job. The night lighting is fantastic. The quality of the modeling's fantastic. The texturing is fantastic. I would like to see higher resolution textures on those peripheral buildings we looked at earlier. And I would like to see crisper ground textures, however you get them, whether it's drone or by hand drawing them or whatever. But those are really my only two criticisms. The rest of it is fantastic. And the VDGS is an absolute triumph. I think loads of us have been waiting for this for a very, very long time. And someone said earlier, I don't know if you were already here, but you should license the VDGS and sell it to other devs. I'm sure they'd pay for it. It works flawlessly. You know, it just works. Really good. Don't tell my wife, heavily invested in it. Love when devs show passion and show what can be done with the sim. Yeah, me too. Me too. The 4K texture pack apparently gives you higher resolution textures for the buildings down this end that we looked at earlier that were fairly blurry. Some of the brickwork was fairly blurry. But, you know, they're not things that you're going to notice day to day. The snow doesn't look great, but we know that snow almost never looks great in MSFS just because it's all based on the lightness or darkness of the underlying texture, which is bonkers. That's not a developer's fault. You can have all the buildings in 4K, even the tertiary ones. There we are. So options. That's really good. It's really good. You've got all the options there. You've got the option to turn the statics on and off. You've got the options to have it with VDGS or without. And you've got different resolution textures. Now, before we go, if there are still some people left who haven't disconnected, we should get a screenshot of all of us after the group flight. I don't know who's a static and who isn't now. Well, I know that the Adria isn't. I know that the two CRJs here aren't. And I think the Wiz isn't either, but I don't remember who flew Wiz. That can't be Twirls because he's gone to bed. Anyway, we'll take a shot here because it's nice for posterity. Yeah, it's really good. Really, really good. And I'll post the link one more time. Right, who should we raid? We should raid someone. Who's streaming? Is B-Mint still streaming? No, she's not. Shame, I wanted to raid her back. Syncrate is. Syncrate or Two-Tone Murphy. Let's raid Syncrate. He's always been good at raiding us. Also, ground textures and airports further from equator will be good for 4 centimeter data on the ground. Right, good. I mean, I know nothing about how the resolution of the imagery is related to what it looks like in the sim, to be honest with you. Any issues during the flight? No, actually. No. It all went very smoothly. We had full ATC on departure, which was good. Plane behaved itself. It struggled a little bit to capture the localizer, but it sorted itself out in the end. So no, it was a good flight. Good flight. Good. You are messing with Crabber. Get the Stabbo. Okay. Welcome. I'm sorry. It is. Yeah, it is nearly over. It is nearly over. Yeah. Thanks very much for the press copy, Yorgos, and thank you for popping by to give us some more information about it. And the very best of luck with your next project, whatever it is. Look forward to hearing about it. Yes. So what we're going to do is we are going to raid Syncrate. Thank you very much for the follow. Next flight, by the way. Next flight is going to be tomorrow at 1300 Zulu on YouTube, youtube.com/FilbertFly. So I hope some of you can make it to that as well. It'd be nice to see you back. Not if you get the crabbo from the back. That's true. Can't argue with that, Stira. Right, let us do this raid. Get that sorted. Then we'll do some thank yous. And yeah, then we'll call it a day. So first of all, thank you very, very much to everyone who has flown along with me today. It's been lovely to have your company. 7 of us, that's a hell of a turnout. So yeah, thanks to all of you. And thank you in particular to everyone who has supported me today. So we had Wojtek with 100 bits, We had Simon with a gifted sub to Fire35 and 100 bits. We've had a number of new follows, so welcome to all of you. Hopefully see you at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon UK time. Oh, you're welcome, Sam. Glad you enjoyed it. Bad luck on your go around, and well done for getting it down in the end. Those of you in Club Filbert Gold or Emerald, I will be in the Discord chat in 10 minutes time, the Club Filbert Gold chat room. The rest of you, thanks for coming, and see you soon. Bye bye. Oh, stick around for the raid as well. Stick around.